So, hello guys, welcome to this YouTube channel that is Teqstories, and from today we are going to start a new series that is going to contain the form. And what we are going to do, so we are going to create the form too quickly. We are going to use the HTML and CSS, and in our upcoming videos, we are also going to see how we can complete this and how we can put validation in our form, right? So let's get started quickly. As you can see, I already have form.html and form.css already got created up. So what I will do, I will write down the exclamation because I am in my VS Code, and I will click on this. So I will change my title to the form. Okay, and the next thing is going to be linking up my CSS file with my HTML file, and checking up the things, because first of all we wanted to link this to check the things. So I wanted to open with the live server, so I have clicked live server. Live server has already been installed in my system. Okay, not a problem. And I will click on the form.css, and I will put body is going to be background, color is going to be red, let's say. And for the testing only, inside the title I will include that is going to be my link. Rel is going to be style sheet, and href is going to be your give the name, because my both of the file is inside the same folder, so the name is enough, don't need the full location. So as soon as I'm saving, you'll be able to see CSS working perfectly fine, not a problem. Okay, so next thing, in the future I'm thinking of putting the bootstrap inside the form. So I will create the things similarly like the bootstrap. So what I will try to do, let me create the HTML content for my form so quickly. So inside the body I will go and I will create my div class. So grid system I will use, so I will include the row. Let's say in the future we are going to include it. We can include the div class that is going to be, let's say, a container class. There is a row that is comes under your grid inside the bootstrap, and container class is your predefined class that is going to make your content to come in the center. And h2, and I wanted to say, let's say, form. Okay, and what I will do, I will create a div class, let's say. And because in bootstrap we have the column system, so I will include the column system up over here, so we don't have to change it later. So let's say column 4 or 3 or 2, whatever you need right now we can put. Okay, let me create the input class, and the class name is going to be, let's say, I'm putting that is going to be my effect. And the type is going to be, let's say, text. And the what do I can write down the placeholder that is going to be enter your name, let's say. Okay, let me turn on the word wrap so you'll be able to see the content. So that is enough, I think. And it is going to create me an input field, and we are getting the input field up over here, right? So now the next thing is going to be what I'm thinking of, putting the content inside, like in the center. The form field over here is going to look fine. So what I will try to do, I will increase the size, I will remove the border you're getting, right? And I will try to do some animation up over here from the CSS. So what I will try to do, mainly I wanted to create a border just bottom it. So I wanted to create a span class. There is no need, like it is not going to work right now because we are not using the CSS. So I can create, let's say, focus effect or whatever, focus dash border we can use also. Okay, and that is going to work. And the next thing is going to be, let's close the span up over here, and let's get started with the things. And what we're going to do, first of all, we are going to make the content look good. So we have to target many more things that are going to come up. So we will target our both HTML and body. So let's target. See, the span is not getting affected by anything. And also outside the weather is so good and it's raining, in case you're getting some background noise, so I'm so sorry for that. Okay, it's also like you can see the time, it's like evening. So we can see. Okay, let's get started. So I'm saying like I wanted to target my HTML and body, both of the things, and I wanted to give my border that is going to be 0 for everything, and I want no margin, and I want no padding at all. Let's say padding is going to be 0. Okay, so that I have done up over here, and by default from the margins of my web page I'm not going to get anything, and I can also target my body, so I will target my body now particularly, and I wanted to give some font. Let's say font I can give that is going to be 15 px. If you need anything extra you can get from the Google fonts, we already know. So font family we can give some sans serif or anything you can choose. Let's choose for go for this, and you can see the font has already been got changed up. Now I wanted to provide the width for the body, that is going to be minimum width is going to be, um, let's say 100% for all the widths I'm providing, and minimum height I also providing, that is going to be the, let's say 100%, and saving this, and we are getting the things looking similar, but it is going to affect a little bit. So let's say changing the color, if in case you want your body sorry, your text color to be changed or body background color to be changed, so you can choose according to your choice. I'm choosing this color, and I wanted to make this color go a little bit more black, so it is going to look like this. Okay, and background color I can choose is going to be this, and I will make the background color actually a little bit black and this color a little bit more white. Perfectly fine, we are getting the things, not a problem. And the next thing is going to be I wanted to target my container, so I will be able to target my container that I have created, that is div class container. So let me target this container dot container, right? So margin is going to be 0 and auto, and that is actually not going to make any effect right now. Why? Because we are not moving our h2 or anything. So but as soon as we are going to move like our row, so let's see, if I'm moving my row, if I'm saying let's say float to the left side, and I want it to be the left, and I wanted to provide some width, let's say 100%, and anything I want, let's say saving this. Okay, let me give some padding to show you. So padding I'm giving is going to be 50 px, let's say, right? So you'll be able to see some changes are getting up over here, right? So anything you need you can provide. So I wanted to provide, let's say 20 px, 0 px, and 50 px of the padding, and that is going to be good. But it is not affecting right now. Why? But it is going to affect as soon as we are going to make more changes up over here. So not a problem. So let's see, and container part has been done already. So the next thing is going to be, first of all, let's target the h2. Now I wanted to target the h2, that I have written the form. Okay, I'm want I want is going to be, let's say I want the text align to center. Okay, and I want the color of the text to be go to crimson or whatever you need, so I'm saying crimson, and you'll be able to see h2 is up over here. Simple, right? Now whatever you need you can provide the width, or you can increase the font size. It's totally your choice, whatever you want to do with your text, right? So let's say it is looking good. Now target the input field. So outline is coming on the input field, so I wanted to target my input field up over here to make it look good, right? So what I will try to do, I will try to see, like let's say when I'm clicking on this, so it is like called your focus. In CSS there is a pseudo code called focus, you can use with colon, and you can click on focus, and you can say outline is going to be none, right? So what it is going to do for you, as soon as you're going to click now, no outline or border is going to come up, right? When you're placing your mouse pointer it is coming, but on clicking it is not coming. That's a very important thing, to make sure that no border is going to come up. And we can also target our input field, that is inside the col3 column 3, and I wanted to target this is my class, so I will use dot and the class name. And I wanted to say, let's say float left property I can use, let's say float left, And the next thing I wanted to provide some width. Let's say width if I can provide is going to be 30%, 40, 50, whatever you need. Okay, and the next thing is going to be I wanted to give some margin. So let's say margin I'm giving is going to be 40 px. Okay, and according to your choice you can place this is actually um, your decision where you wanted to place it, but whenever you're changing the position, use the position relative and use the top and left properties, and it is going to work perfectly fine for you. The next thing is going to be what I am going to do up over here is I wanted to increase the size of my text, that is enter your name, and I wanted to increase. Let's see if I'm giving the padding, what is going to happen. So let's say I'm giving the padding of 40 px to my column, but it is not affecting. Why it is not affecting? Because this column 3 is the wrapper, but we have to target the input field. We are targeting the wrapper right now, that's why it is not going to work. You need to place this padding inside your input field. So input field with the name of input and provide this, and let's see it is changing up, right? So this thing is going to be the most important. Now I wanted to target it and I wanted to provide some font size. So I wanted to say font is going to be, let's say, 15 px of size. As soon as I'm saving, it is not affecting up over here, right? Why it is not affecting? Because it is not recognizing what type of input field you are targeting. I wanted to target type is gonna be is equals to, let's say, you can say text, right? Let's see if something is changing. It is not changing. Why it is not changing? Because it is not having the enough width to increase the font size or enough space, or it is not increasing by default automatically, or some property is overlapping or something. But not a problem, I will provide box sizing border box. I will provide the width to go 100%. And the next thing I wanted to do is I wanted to provide letter spacing. If you know about the letter spacing, we have used earlier already. So you will be able to see that little how it got increased up. But what is happening if I'm increasing the font? Now the font is not getting increased situation up over here. So font dash size, if I'm writing down, so you will be able to see font size is increasing. So if you're using the font property, don't use it directly, use the font dash size, and it is going to help you out to increase the font size. So actually I wanted to use the earlier font that was 15 px, and it is going to be fine. So I wanted to put the font size 15 px, and it is perfectly fine, looking very well. Now the next thing is going to be I wanted to do one more thing, that is going to be I wanted to make the border to go away. I don't or anything, and I wanted to make the background color transparent, but later on, not right now. Okay, so if you know, I have included a class effect, so I wanted to target this class effect because I don't want it to alter with my input field, and so I wanted to target my dot effect class, and I wanted to say that color is going to be, no, sorry, border is going to be, let's say, 0 or none, whatever you need you can put. So I'm putting the 0. No borders are going to come up now when I'm placing the mouse pointer or clicking, because outline is also 0 and border is also 0. That's why. Now the next thing is going to be I wanted to provide the padding. So if any padding effect are working up over here or not. So let's see if I'm providing 7 pix or 0 pix, you will be able to see some changes occurs. Why? Okay, let me place it side by side so you'll be able to see the things again and again. And let me remove this. So if I'm changing it to 17 px and saving, you will be able to see it is happening, and the padding is getting increased accordingly to your choice. If you're increasing the second value, it is going to look like this, right? So that is how the thing is working. Now I wanted to provide the border to the bottom size because I want the animation to be performed in the bottom size. So I will provide the border of 1 px solid, and the color you can choose. So I wanted to choose my basic color, and you will be able to see we are getting the border perfectly fine. We are getting the border, but what I want, as soon as I click on this, I want my to right, or from center to left to right, or from right to left. So whatever actually you need, you have animations available already, so you can choose. So what I will try to do, the next thing is going to be, let's say I wanted to provide the, okay, I wanted to provide the effect, and I want to use this when I'm, okay, when I'm using my focus on the, where focus on the border. So I want the effect to be changed when I focus on my border. So the next thing is going to be, I wanted to provide the position is going to be, let's say, absolute, and the next thing you can give is going to be the bottom. So bottom is going to be 0, let's say, and left it is going to be 0, let's say. And as soon as I'm saving, it is not going away, so because of the width is not 0, so let's say width is 0 now. And let's provide the height, that is going to be, let's say, 2 pixels in any case. Okay, not a problem if it is not going away. Okay, what is happening because transition, and it is going to work perfectly fine. So provide some background color, that is going to be anything. So let's say hashtag, I'm using 3399FF, any you can use, right? But instead of this, I wanted to use the crimson color, it is going to look much more good. Okay, anything you want to use, it's actually your choice. Now I wanted to provide the transition, and we can use the transition up over here. So 0.4 second is the transition duration I'm using, and I'm using dot effect, and I want to focus, and as soon as I'm focusing, I want my border to be altered up, so I will use it again. And the next thing I want to do up over here is, as soon as I'm focusing on it, I want my width to be 100%. Okay, okay, so the width is going to be the 100%, and the next thing I want the transition property, I wanted to write down again, that is going to be my 0.4 seconds, because it is going to happen with the things. Okay, now single border is coming up, but the another border is overlapping the situation, and that's not a big deal. We will try to figure out something. We will try to remove the border from here, and we will try to check if it is working perfectly fine or not. So I'm removing the border from this point, and now if I'm clicking, you will be able to see the border is coming perfectly fine and working perfectly fine, right? So that is how the thing is working. Now the next thing is going to be, in case if you want it to look good or something, in case you want the corners to be rounded up or anything, so what you can do, you can use border dash radius, you can position it, you can target your placeholder, you can do multiple of the things, and start actually choice. There is also an option that in case if you want this placeholder to come up, right, so that you can also do, and that's actually your choice. So what I want to do right now up over here inside this effect, I wanted to make the background color a little bit transparent, because we are getting the things um, like this. So I wanted to say background color is going to be transparent in case, and it is looking like this, right? So that is how the thing is looking up. Let's see, if I'm clicking on this enter your name, so I can enter the name, my name, and we can make the color of the text up over here, write down the color, not over there. So color of the text is going to be, let's say, white, and saving this, if I'm writing down something, I'm getting in the white color. You can use the text effect or other things, and it is going to work perfectly fine. So that is how we can create the border, and it is looking perfectly fine. So we are sorry, input field with the animation, and it is looking perfectly fine. And the next thing is going to do, what we are going to do in our next video, we are going to create more input fields like this. We will try to do a different type of animations on different input field, and then we will create a particular form, and then we will try to do the validation. So the whole series is going to come up step by step, so yeah, stay tuned up. So like, share and subscribe, and keep sharing. So thank you so much guys, and have a great day or great evening, and keep coding. Thank you.